beautiful ones. Welcome to this sweet little mindful practice today. Mindfulness is a term that is thrown around a lot these days, and maybe it's so overused that we can feel like we don't even know what it means anymore. But the invitation for today's practice is really just about having that clear awareness of what is happening in the present moment. So practicing with a fullness of attention, with a kind of freshness, moment to moment, present with how things really are, what is present and true. So you won't need any props, but if you do have blocks, you're welcome to keep them nearby. And if you're pregnant like me, this will be a lovely practice for you. But as always, feel free to listen to your beautiful body and baby and just modify or skip things when you need to. So we're going to start together on all fours. I'll meet you there. So just taking a moment to settle, feel nice and square, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then we'll just start with cat-cow movement, lifting the tail, draping the belly towards earth, drawing the chest forward, and then curling the tail under, rounding the spine, and releasing the head and neck. And we'll repeat this just at your own pace. Noticing perhaps how gentle movement through cat-cow invites different sensations, every shape, every moment as you transition from cow to cat, cat to cow, sparking different sensations in the body, maybe sensations through the back of the body, or maybe sensations in the front of the torso. And we're just using these sensations to keep us anchored here in the body, on the mat, in our practice. And as you're ready, we'll inhale into cow pose, that little back bend, just one more time. And from here, we'll exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, and come into a downward facing dog. Feeling the hands and the feet opening or unfolding, and listening to the earth beneath. And on your next inhale, beautiful ones, we'll come forward to a plank pose. So knees can be lifted in plank, or if you're pregnant and you prefer, you might just have the knees lowered in a modified plank. And we'll just pause here together for a breath, just noticing how even so far this gentle movement, cat-cow, down dog, plank pose, just creating a little bit of warmth in the body and the sensations that are associated with that warmth. So we'll take one more in-breath here in plank. And on the out-breath, if your knees are lifted, then gently lower the knees to the mat. And we'll come together back to tabletop. So you might need to adjust the hands or the knees so you're nice and square again. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's start with the right arm, inhaling, reaching it wide and upwards. And exhaling, threading the right arm under the archway of the left arm and just hovering the right shoulder off the mat. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, threading through. Inhale, opening, reaching. Exhale, threading through, and this time placing the right shoulder and the right ear down on the mat here. And choosing to keep your left hand where it is on the mat or reach the left fingertips upwards towards sky. Or maybe today you bend the left elbow and place the left palm face down on the sacrum, right at the base of your spine, with the fingertips facing back away from you towards the back of your mat. One more breath here. And then we'll release, left hand to mat. Unwind, reach the right arm one more time, wide into the sky. And then exhale, right hand back to the mat, tabletop. Inhale, lift the tail up, drape the belly, chest forward, cow pose. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips once again. Back to second down dog of the practice. And before we travel to the same thing on the second side, we'll inhale once again to plank pose. The knees can be lifted or lowered. And from here, let's exhale. I'm going to go 1 foot at a time, but you might do both feet simultaneously. Over the toes to the tops of the feet and lower the front of the pelvis down into upward dog. And it's your choice today. You might keep front of pelvis, thighs and knees lifting away from the floor, or you might join me and just be a little softer and lower the knees and the thighs onto the mat in a softer variation of upward dog. Take another in-breath here, and if you're pregnant, you might choose to stay here an extra breath. And otherwise, exhale, bend the elbows and lower slowly all the way to the belly, and then we'll inhale, cobra pose, shoulders drawing down the back, and exhale, press together back to a child's pose. From child's pose, inhale to all fours. Lift the tail, drape the belly, chest forward, little back bend, cow pose, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. So that's going to be our little flow, our little vinyasa today, and we'll return to it a couple more times in the practice. So taking just one more in-breath and down dog, and on the out-breath, lower the knees, back to the mat, back to tabletop, so we can enjoy the second side of our little shoulder opener. So let's go left hand now. Inhale, left arm opens wide and up. And exhale, left arm threading underneath. 2 more with your breath. Noticing how synchronizing movement with breath in our yoga practice can really keep us mindful and aware of what is happening right now in this moment, what's present, what's true. And the third time you thread underneath, you can lay the left shoulder, the left temple, the left ear down on the mat. Gently pressing the back of the left hand, the hand that's currently reaching underneath and on the floor, down into the mat, as maybe you reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Staying here, or bending the that top arm, elbow, and just resting the palm of the hand once again on the sacrum, right at the base of your spine, where the spine meets your pelvis. One more full breath. And then we'll unwind, bringing the right hand back to the mat, opening the left arm out to the left and upward one more time. And exhale, left hand to mat. Inhale, cow pose again, tail lifts, little arch of the spine. And exhale, curl the toes, shift the weight back, hips up and back down, dog. From downward dog, let's walk or step or hop the feet forward to the hands at the top of the mat, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. And we'll have our feet hip width distance today. And if you're pregnant, you might even have your feet a little wider than hip width distance, just to create a little more space for you and baby. Let's inhale, lengthen halfway, hands to shins, lift the chest. And exhale, fold over the legs. And then inhale, halfway lift one more time. And this time we'll exhale, bring the hands to the waist, a little bend of the knees, press down into the feet and inhale, rise to stand. And we'll arrive in Tadasana and adjust our leggings as we need to maybe. Okay, so we'll take a little side bend together now. Stay facing the top of the mat. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, left hand to right wrist. We'll lean up and over, gently to the left. Inhale to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale, soft knees, let's fold forward over the legs. Hands to shins, inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, hands to mat. Right foot steps back, lower the right knee to the mat, Anjaneyasana, and reach the arms. And we'll just pause a moment here. An extra breath or two in our low lunge. And just keeping the attention as best you can, relaxed and open. Noticing the quality of the breath. The sensations perhaps in the front of the right hip or thigh, or perhaps in the back of the left hip or thigh. Last in-breath. And on the out-breath, we'll bring hands down to heart center, turn to the left and bring right elbow to left knee. And if that's a little bit tight for you and baby, if you're pregnant, then you can bring your right hand to the mat, under the shoulder, and reach the left arm to the sky. Take another in-breath here. And as you exhale, tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee up. One more full breath in. And on the out breath, left hand to mat, back foot steps forward, and we fold again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, strong legs as we rise to stand. And same again, exhale, left hand, right wrist, leaning up and over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, leaning to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, left foot back this time and left knee lowers. We'll stretch the arms out once again. Just as we did on the last side, couple of breaths here, just a handful of conscious breath. Another in-breath here. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We turn to the right, left elbow, right knee, or left hand to mat, right arm to sky. Another inhale. Tuck the back toes, exhale, lift the back knee. Another in-breath. And exhale, right hand to mat, back foot steps forward. Halfway, inhale. Fold on the exhale. Inhale, rising up again, reaching the fingertips up. And exhale, arriving in Tadasana, standing solid like a mountain. Okay, keeping the feet hip-width distance apart. Let's balance now. Balances can be really wonderful for concentration. So we'll bend the knees a little, sit the hips back and down. You can keep the hands to heart center to begin with. We'll pick up our right foot and bring the outer right ankle across to the top of the left thigh and start to hinge the hips back, sitting your sitting bones back and down into the space behind you. Returning to the beacon of the breath when you can. And an option here might be to reach the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles back, and maybe lean the torso a little further forward. See if you can stay here with me, just one more full breath cycle. And then we've got a tricky little transition from here, just to keep us really awake and present. So we'll keep the interlace of the hands if you have them. Slide the right foot off the left thigh and reach the leg back into a warrior three. Reaching the right leg up and back into the space behind you. Another inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll step back to crescent lunge. Right foot steps back. Reach the arms up overhead. Breathing in here. And exhale. Stay upright. Torso upright. Turning to the left, opening the arms out wide to the side. Back to center. Inhale. Turn toward the top of the mat. Reach the arms up. Exhale, turning and opening. And one more. Inhale, arms reaching. Exhale, rotating around your center to the left. Then hands to prayer and lean forward, right elbow outside left knee. Or again, if you just want a little more space for baby, maybe right hand to mat, left fingertips to sky. Take in breath, and we'll exhale and release and step back forward again. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold as you exhale. And rise up, inhale, reaching up through the fingers, hands to heart. Exhale. And we'll just journey straight to second side. So you know what's happening or what's coming now. So the invitation is just to treat each pose to be like an opportunity to be really in the body, to be really embodied, right? Otherwise we wouldn't really have bodies. We might just be floating about without bodies. So it's nice to be in the body as you're ready. Hips back and down. Even if sometimes being in the body is really uncomfortable, really just like to acknowledge that too. Like sometimes it's pleasant, sometimes it's not so pleasant. So just staying with clear awareness of what is present in your body as best you can. Outer left ankle, whoop, to top of right thigh. Sitting back and down. Noticing maybe sensations in the outer left hip or sensations in your right foot as you balance. Hands interlacing behind you. This is just an option. You're welcome to keep the hands in prayer. Maybe sitting the hips a little further back and down as you offer the heart forward. Okay, stay with me. Just a last breath here. We're doing really well. And then see if we can be present in the transitions, not just in the poses. So sliding the foot off the thigh, torso leans forward, left leg reaching up and back. Warrior 3. And as you're ready, we'll step back again, beautiful ones. Step the left foot back, release the interlace, and reach the arms up. Easy in breath here. Head above heart, above pelvis. Exhale, turning to the right, arms wide. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right again. And one more. Inhale to center. Exhale, opening to the right. Take an in-breath. Hands to heart on the out-breath. One more lunging twist. Left elbow to knee, or left hand to the floor or the block. Top arm reaching to sky. Easy in-breath. And this time on the out-breath, we'll step back to our downward facing dog. And from here, beautiful ones, we'll return to that little vinyasa, that little series that we did earlier. So inhaling from down dog to plank pose. Knees can be lifted or lowered. Exhaling over to the tops of the feet, lowering the front of the pelvis, maybe also the tops of the thighs and the knees onto the mat. Upward dog. Take an in-breath here. Exhale, option to stay or lower. And inhale, roll up to a lovely soft cobra pose. Elbows bent, hugging in alongside the body. And the next exhalation, hips back to heels. We meet in child's pose. On your next in-breath, gently unfold from your child's pose, darling ones, and we'll make our way to transitioning with fullness of attention, a fullness of attention onto our backs. And as you come onto your back, hug the right knee into the chest, reach the left leg long. And we'll just allow ourselves to journey into a little twist again. Top of right foot across to top of left thigh. And using your left hand, we'll guide the knee across the body to the left, opening the right arm out to the right. And we'll release. Hug the right knee back into the chest and switch sides. Left knee draws in, right leg reaches long on the mat. then traveling to the second side. Left foot to top of right thigh. Left knee to the right as the upper body spirals to the left. And we'll return. Beautiful ones. Left knee hugs in last time. And then you might bring both knees to hug into the chest. If you want to take happy baby, you're welcome to. If you're pregnant, your knees might be a little separated just to create a little more space. And then we'll release the legs out long, just for a brief moment, just to rest. So you might have a more classical shape for Shavasana, or bend the knees, feet wide, knees falling in toward one another, constructive rest. Or maybe you're laying over on your side for Shavasana, using one arm as a pillow, and just resting here. And just once again, as you settle into your reclining shape, bringing the awareness to the sensory world that's unfolding within you. Noticing warmth or coolness, tingling, itching, pressure, lightness, heaviness, spaciousness, whatever is present for you in the body. And just staying relaxed and open. Observing as everything's just coming and going. The breath, the sensation, the thoughts, or the sounds in your space. Constant flow arising, passing. And beautiful ones, this is where I will leave you today. So the invitation is to stay a little longer if you can, if that's possible. But I thank you so much for sharing your practice. If you enjoyed it, please like or subscribe or share it with a loved one, someone that you care about that might enjoy it too. And I look forward to practicing with you next time. All my love.